Is Robert Saleh going to come on over after being fired from the Jets? We heard from Kyle Shanahan yesterday, and we also heard from John Lynch this morning, who actually spoke to Robert Saleh. So here's what he had to say on KNBR about the potential of bringing Robert Saleh in this year. Take a listen to what he had to say.
Obviously, tremendous coaches, tremendous leaders, but we just got to come together as a unit, and we got to go. It's go time.
Mm-hmm. New faces on the field and a couple of new faces on the sideline. Also, I would love to ask you about the chemistry between Nick Sorensen and Brandon Allen, and how would you, Brandon Staley, and how would you reflect on their first 5 weeks as defensive coordinators leading this defense?
Well, I mean, Nick, I think is our coordinator, and I think Nick's doing a really good job coaching. The results haven't been what we've wanted, and this is a results-oriented business. Nick understands that. We all understand that. But, I watch with a fine-tuned eye, and, I think he was the right choice when we chose him. I believe even more strongly in that. I think we just got to come together as a unit. We have endured some injuries, some things of that nature, but ultimately we got to pull it together. I think in the last couple of weeks, just simple fundamentals. We tackle. We want to play aggressive and swarm people, but we ultimately got to tackle the guy with the ball. We got to take the ball away. Got to make the plays when the game's on the line. But I do think our unit is well coordinated. Our schemes are sound. It's a big week for everybody. We got to come together. We got to find a way, and we got to forge our identity, who we want to be as this team. And I love the character in our organization. We put ourselves in a tough hole. We've been here before, and we've come out of it. So, I think having history, gives you. But like I talked about, the shared experiences of this group. None of those guys, not all of those guys were there in those circumstances. Some of them were, but we got to come and do it, and that's our charge. That's our challenge.
John Lynch joins us every week. This week it's on a Wednesday because the Thursday game, and he sounds focused and ready for this game, saying they got to go finish, they got to go step on throats. You always tell us never say never. We ask you about guys like Davante Adams and stuff. So 49ers fans all over the place, dying to know what your official comment would be about. First of all, it's sad that Robert Saleh lost his job in New York, but that the idea that he might come back maybe as a consultant, a pair of eyes. I'm not saying come in and be the D coordinator, but somebody you could lean on at some point this season for picking his brain. Is that something that's possible at some point this season?
Well, I mean, first of all, my heart goes out to Robert, and I talked with Rob yesterday. He's a great friend. He always will be. His family, they're great friends, and that was tough. He did a lot of good things there. He couldn't get it over the hump, and they made a tough call. Robert's got a big family, and so a lot of people that he was caring about and his mind was on. He'll be okay. He's a really good football coach, really good human being, and he's got a lot of ties here. We're not focused on that right now. We were more talking just to say, man, sorry. And but Robert's going to be fine. He's going to find his way. I think he's planning on sitting this year out. So like I said, we're happy with the way we've got things going in terms of the way things are being coached, and as to what happens in the future, you just can't prognosticate. We're focused on the now. We're focused on Thursday night.
I think it's cool that John Lynch picked up the phone and called Robert Saleh, and they chatted on the phone about this situation. And to be honest, maybe John asked him that question. Asked him like, well, what are your thoughts for this year? What do you plan? Do you have any interest in coming in to be an advisor or in some kind of consultant role? And as we heard, Robert's going to take the year off. He is going to spend time with his family, go on vacation, and do all those other types of things. And but clearly there's a relationship there. So if John Lynch is picking up the phone, calling Robert Saleh the day he gets fired, there's a good chance that if the San Francisco 49ers are indeed looking for a new DC, then maybe Robert is on the short list. So that's something to take away, but you also heard him talk about Sorensen and how he's been performing, and he gave him a big vote of confidence, saying that, we thought he was the right choice when we hired him, and now even more so as we've gotten into this, that he is the right hire for this job. They just got to execute better. They've gone through some injuries and things of that nature. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Obviously, there's a lot made about Nick Bosa's comments saying that they need to make adjustments better. That's kind of been a comment that has been perceived to be about coaching. So coaching is already a hot button topic, 49er fans. When the defense isn't performing, it's definitely a go-to reaction to fire the defensive coordinator through the first 4 weeks of the year. As we've seen through not only Robert Saleh, who fans called for him to be fired, D'Amico Ryans for him to be fired. Obviously, Steve Wilkes did get fired. So I don't think there are going to be any coaching changes in season unless there's real dire situation. Obviously, you have Brandon Staley on the staff that maybe the 49ers are like, oh, we got to throw a Hail Mary and we just got to switch things up. Where maybe in that event, that's where you see a change. But it does sound like that they are going to be rolling with Nick Sorensen throughout this year. And we'll see what it looks like at the end of the year when it's all said and done, if the 49ers make a change beyond that. But let me know what you guys think. Do you want Robert Saleh to be your defensive coordinator? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, make sure to like and subscribe for more updates.